So this is Hasan the best xQc on Nadia band. So
Bro,
I am on a roll of good takes back to back, and I'm saying hot.
I've already disagreed with the Nadia one, and then I'm probably gonna disagree with your take on the Elon Musk thing too. So let's hear it.
Oh my god,
Okay.
finally.
Let's
Listen,
hear it. What do you got?
I'm so prepared for this battle, you have no idea. Okay,
I love that.
I've been grinding the argumentative battles again. So tell me your rundown about the take about Nadia / Asmonvold.
I think everyone, including Charlie Moist Critical, who also admitted it, including myself, have had a moment where like people who are willingly donating hate donos get to a level where it's so annoying that you just like literally turn around and threaten them, right? And be like, listen, I know your real name, bitch. I've done it. There's 9 donos that have donated to me famously
hate
many times
dono.
over, and I will literally be like, I know your name, I know your last name, and you're stupid enough to donate to me with your school email. Now I'm not going to reveal any of these things right now,
Yes,
but if I
okay.
wanted to, I could go to your dean and get you literally banned from your school, suspended from your school. Why are you so stupid that 1, you're a Nazi, and 2, you're literally donating with your real government name, with your school email, saying shit like, kill all.
Okay.
That's a real thing that happened. So that's the way I have dealt with it, right? That's the way I've dealt with it in the past. As far as like openly revealing someone's real name, okay, their government name. Again, this person is willingly putting their name out there. This person
I
is
don't
willingly
think so,
donating like a
dude.
idiot. And I know you know this better than anybody else because people donate hate donos to you all the
Getting
time.
all the
And they're giving you their fucking private
Yeah,
information to shit on you, and also
public.
giving you money to shit on you. I think it's a little valid to, put a little bit of fear into them. I know the chatters will disagree with this, but if you're a good chatter, and if you're not a piece of shit, if you're not running around spreading hate in people's communities, then like don't volunteer it. You know what I mean? Don't volunteer your name to do hate donos, and you won't have problems.
give up the attention or the
So
person
my take was,
donating.
you being weak, in my opinion, is kind of on you, right? Or on me in that sense, right?
I don't think it's a bad thing, is what I mean. I think what Nadia did was wrong as far as like revealing the full name, maybe first name Max. You know what I mean? Just to get that fear. Do I think she deserves a perma? Absolutely not. If she had revealed this person's email, she deserves a ban, certainly. If she had revealed this person's like home address, she deserves a permanent ban, absolutely. But just the name alone is not enough for like someone to be doxxed, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I do think you have a valid point. I heard one of the points you made, which is
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, well, it hurts other people as well with the same name potentially. You know, there's
Well,
like
not even that. I
there's a-
mean, that's kind of far fetched because people wouldn't take a long shot on like a common name. Anyway, okay. So another one of my new takes that I haven't said yet, okay, is that basically when you're like a streamer, right? You've got the mass, right? So you're like at the cons, you're like the guy in front, and some guy, right, is in the
Streamer
crowd and
has
like, throws a bottle at you.
responsibility.
Right? I think this is actually a really good comparison. So he throws a bottle at you, right? Yeah, it could hurt you. Yeah, it could do this. It could do that. Yeah, it could. But most of those you're gonna get, right? People are gonna say they're insults, but they're not really gonna hurt you. Like the bottle in this sense, when you're in your concert, isn't gonna hit, right? But if you say, "Yo, guy in the crowd, red shirt, Danny Vespucci,
Okay.
yo, what are you doing, dumb guys? It's him right there with the red shirt," and then they jump and they start punching his ass, right? I think you leading the crowd and leading the people, you like the. You know when you say "fuck around, find out"? The find
You
out.
just leaked
is
Danny
too-
Vespucci, by the way. You just leaked him.
Yeah,
Danny,
well, he's already dead. He's already dead.
Yeah, he's
He died.
they killed him, dude.
Well, rip this guy. But the guy in the crowd though, he's gonna hit with a way more massive
Lapping.
and in numbers type shit compared to you, right? But on top of that, yours was like targeted and intentional, and you knew the repercussions of saying that to the masses. And you saying you don't know is bad. Bad. I think it's bad. You should.
Wait,
you know.
what?
You saying
The
you
the
know for a
repercussions of
fact.
me saying someone's name?
Yes, you know 100%.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. That's why I think that's why she did it. I think she did it because she was like, I want you to not do this anymore. You know what I mean? Like that's the reason why I literally said, I know your email, I know your name. You're fucking stupid enough to come to me and like say insane shit about the Jews and put it on the TTS dono. Like I can use that. Like I will report you to obviously Streamlabs. I will
His
report you to Twitch.
opinion though.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I did that without revealing the person's name personally. I did that without revealing the person's name. I do think that like if I had revealed that person's name because of who I am and because on top of that like what the controversy was or what the statement that person made was, I think people would probably come to my defense and say that is so fucked up that Twitch banned this person.
Okay. You know what? Okay. I will agree that if a person donates to you, right, technically their involvement with their personal information is from you to them or from them to you, right? So their involvement and the involvement of their personal information is on a purely private level, correct? If you say his name out there, you make it public, that's bad. But I believe that you have a point here that if you want to like report this guy to I guess the authorities or to his people or his email's work address, you can and probably even you should, right? Because he operated on a personal basis and you kept it that way, right? And you acted upon it privately, right? The minute you breach and you go public with anything, it makes you wrong and actually makes you worse than them. Worse.
Still.
Because
No,
you
I
know,
don't think so.
Why not?
I don't agree with that because like I think so. When people, for example, send me nice stuff in the PO box or whatever, and I read their names out, and I even say where they're from, usually that's not considered doxing. Or when someone on a donation charity stream puts their legal name, whether they know or not that they're putting their legal name on that donation, that's not considered doxing, because those are positive instances where you are like positively associating a name in the act. The only reason why people are very upset about this is because this was a negative association where someone was outed as being like a shithead, and they thought that they had the anonymity. They thought that they had the anonymity. I don't think that like the action itself, regardless of like willingly giving your name to the streamer, opens you up to that, basically. Opens you up to that level of scrutiny, or even having your private shit be leaked. Also, what is this? He doesn't understand intent.
Hey, look at my strats, man. These are my strats, yo.
I'm stream sniping, dude.
Bro, you're sniping. That's fucked, man.
What the fuck is that, dude?
Good one.
Oh, no, he wrote it.
Okay, listen. What I was gonna stop you on, okay, is that, okay, so if somebody, people like recognition
Good one.
often enough when they do positive things,
Destiny
but sometimes
tactics.
negative things if they think they can handle the backlash, right? People always want to claim credit. Even sometimes people do really bad things in life. It'll come back later on, years later, and it'll self-report because they want some sort of claims. They want some sort of credit for what they did, right? Positive or negative. I think it's very obvious, and maybe you don't look at that. If I'm sending you a Hasan L, hey man, your streams help my days be brighter, and I send you a fucking Rolex, okay? I know it's gonna be positive, and there's quite very little risk of people being mad at me. So if I say my name is Jonathan Ross, okay, and I send you that, okay, it's gonna be positive. So therefore, yeah, I'm doxed, but I'm self-doxed, and I know what's gonna happen from that. So the intent, the involvement of my personal information, right?
Yeah, people, you and I are in agreement on this, I think. We're both saying the same thing. It's like, if it's a positive thing, you don't care if your name is like associated with that action. If it's a negative thing, then you care, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah. It's why they don't do it. Right, so they don't put their stuff in public, and they don't know, right, with their username or whatever the fuck that shows on screen, right, which is a layer of anonymity. They should be given that layer of anonymity, and whatever repercussions that they would have to face for what they do that's too far or incorrect or unjust or something that is very bad, you can definitely 100% handle that on your own without needing the public. Any actions required from something negative, right, you would be able to do it on your own without the help of the public. Sure enough.
Yeah, but you wouldn't put your address out there, right? Like, you would not. Even if it's a positive interaction, like oftentimes you don't want to put your address out there, or you don't want to put like other identifiable factors. Like, I think that there is a level of responsibility the streamer has to not reveal this person's information. But I also do think that like it's fair game if there is a certain level of involvement where like the person is like a routine harasser, or a person is like super fucking racist, where it is valid to at least reveal some piece of information to say, I know you, motherfucker. I know everything about you now.
Okay.
Because you're basically bullying them. Like, you're scaring them.
So
It's not good.
if you want to be double blind,
Bullying in
I think
public.
you're okay. Like, let's say your information wasn't leaked, right? And theirs isn't. If they say, yo, bitch, suck my balls, and you want to reply with like, hey, bitch, like, now we both know each other, man. You're a moron. 2, I think you're still operating, even though the interaction is public, you're still operating private to private, right? Because he might know you and your info. Now you know his info, whatever the fuck. But it's still complete out blind to public.
Don't say
I think
that.
things become too far when you make that gap towards public, right? And other people can choose however they want to react to that themselves, which is a very murky waters, because you don't know what the fuck they're gonna do, right? You know you're exposing, okay? You're exposing them to a territory you cannot control, and that can escalate very quickly.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. You're opening up. You're saying that the actions are disproportionate, right? Like, you're saying that revealing someone's like name could potentially have like a sea of consequences for that person that can even get outside of your control, which is precisely why it's disproportionate action in that regard. Like, that person was being a troll. There's like an established boundary there. Like, oh, trolls are not supposed to trolls are not supposed to have their identity be leaked or anything. I think a main point of contention here for us is, for the most part, the disagreement between like having someone's name and what you can do with it. I do think that like having someone's name, for example, if it was just the first name, it would be perfectly valid, right? I think you and I agree on that, right? If she just said the first name, if she was like,
you don't have to go that with
yeah, Jonathan, like, I know where your name is, or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, you would not be as upset, right, with that?
I just don't think it's a territory that needs to become that, right? Because they chose anonymity, and you breached that, right? What if he keeps donating? One time you do his first name, later on the line you do his last name, and you're like, well, it wasn't doxing. People know, people connect the dots. It's a territory that you want to keep black and white and never gray.
I don't think that just the name is doxing. I think it's just like breaking anonymity to a certain degree, but I don't personally think that it's doxing to begin with. I do understand why it would make people be fearful of like, contributing on the internet, contributing their identity on the internet in any way.
Okay.
But I don't think it's doxing unless it's additional identifiable information. Like Asmongold did a chart where he talked about like a name and then also a phone number, or a name and also an email associated with it, a name or something that like two pieces of information that can legitimately start the doxing conversation. I think that is one of the main components, which is why I said immediately that if she had revealed the email address, then that is a valid reason to ban someone. If she had revealed their home address, that's a valid reason to permanently ban someone.
Okay, yeah. So every tool you need in order to deal with a person doing that, you have them without the public. You can mute them, ban their email. You can report them to whatever the fuck in private. But in my opinion, okay, streamers are stupid. Okay.
I agree.
On the vast majority, okay, and leaving it to the creators / streamers to define what severity does the message has to be for them to leak a piece of information from somebody is by default stupid. Somebody will donate something and say, "Hey man, your hair looks very greasy today." Oh yeah, Barbie McDonald 123 Dogshit Lane. Oh yeah, like that's like come on, bro. Like
no. But I agree with that. That is so insanely unacceptable, which is why we are not leaving that kind of thing to the streamers to discern. We're leaving that to the platform, right? Like the platform has rules on it. Barbie McDonald is the best name I've ever heard, by the way. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't think that. That's why I said if the actions committed by someone, if the actions like if the hate dono wasn't just like someone being like you're a cheater, and if it was something else, it was something worse than that, most people would not even fucking talk about this. And I do think that if this was someone else, if this was someone like yourself, like let's be real, okay? If this was someone like yourself, you fucking turned around and you said like Barbie McDonald, okay? Fuck you. Your name is Barbie McDonald. I'm sick and tired of you fucking talking shit. You've been talking shit for 11 hours, okay? If you had said that and you got banned for it and then subsequently unbanned, I would have 100% defended you. Like, I think that that's crazy. Like, and I think your fans would have defended you as well if we're being real.
What?
And I think that you would not have deserved to be banned for that. And I don't think we would be talking about fucking, permanently banning you off the platform like a lot of other people.
Okay, then let's say then the next day I get them banned, right? You read the news, some unhinged viewer pull up their name, right? Pull up their fucking phone book, check their phone number, sell their address, they leave 2 streets down, right? And they go through a rock and it hits them on the head. And now they're in a coma, right? Now Barbie McDonald is in a coma because I said fuck you because they said you suck at Warzone, Baldy Andy. Was the action proportionate? It's a outcome that's legitimately, I think, that could happen, literally.
Okay, in that circumstance, I think the phone book is still infinitely more culpable in that situation, or wherever that person was able to access the address.
We both know how that works, unless you're really fucking stupid.
No, just by name alone, I don't think it's like enough for a dox. Like I just don't think that. I don't think that a name alone is a dox.
Check it out.
It's not. What? Yeah, no, I know.
Then
I
what are you saying then?
I know. Okay.
I know.
But there's a difference. Anyway, we can't. Let's not talk about that. Not because you know it. Listen. It's not the same. I don't want to talk about that more, but it's not the same.
Okay.
Not the same.
Fair enough.
Like it is almost entirely dependent on how common the name is as well. Again, you need like multiple reasons, like multiple identifiers to be able to fucking figure out. Multiple identifiers to be able to figure out someone's address and then take action.
Just
in
don't
that
hit
circumstance,
the
taking action is still infinitely more
You
in
didn't
the
have-
wrong than anyone else. Like that's psychotic to like go to Barbie McDonald and fucking do some crazy shit, like throw a fucking rock there. And I do think that the streamer would have some level of culpability in that regard for sure. But it still goes back to the same thing. Like you can't. There's a level of reason here that you can conduct yourself on. There's a level that you can operate in within the confines of reason. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. See, I'm gonna go ahead and agree to disagree. I do feel 100% that if you leave a gray area for streamers, they will always go as close to black as possible. That will end up getting the result you would get out of going full black in that analogy, right? If you leave it to the streamers, you will always have the consequences of being in a full black area from leaving them in a gray area. That's why with streamers or as people on social media, you have to make them go pure in the pure white. It has to be outlined entirely.
It needs to be a black and white. It needs to be a black and white response. I do agree with that, but I think, like I said, ultimately that's still on the platforms that are allowing the donos to like literally give you fucking full names and shit too. I think more so than the streamers and how they manage it. But also on top of that, I don't think that she's like. You and I, by the way, you and I are I think in agreement that like she doesn't deserve like a perma or anything, right?
A month. Sorry, a month.
Oh, I don't think it's a month.
Oh, I don't. Oh, hell no. Okay.
No
out of all TOS infractions, when you think about, I think TOS needs to be there because of the reason why we have terms of service, okay, is to mitigate or stop potential damage, whether it's social damage or whatever damage, okay? But in my opinion, doxing and call to actions to violence and like that are the highest level of infractions possible because they can lead to a direct physical harm or harm somebody out there, right? It's literally predictable almost, right? And it's why they should never back down ever or reduce bans, okay, on people that potentially could lead to somebody being harmed. It is the biggest threat to the safety of the viewers and the streamers to let them get away with it.
I agree. I think that like I said, I think that doxing is like one of the worst things a fucking streamer could do. I 100% agree with you on that. I just don't think that having someone's legal name in that regard and revealing it in this way is doxing to the same magnitude as like having someone's address and openly revealing that. Which is why I don't think it's worth a month.
Wait. She literally did. So then, in order to navigate through this, okay, I got this lined up. But in order to navigate through this topic, then you have to understand the intent. At that point, doxing happened, right? Which is step one, right?
Yeah.
Now from step one, sometimes doxing. Doxing.
When
Doxing can
someone
be
says
intentional.
when someone says doxing, though, I immediately think like address. That's why you brought up the example of like someone's address, right? Like
With
because
my knowledge, yes.
that's the dangerous part of doxing is someone's home address, or the dangerous part of doxing would be finding someone's email, because then you can like access their accounts potentially. Like just by name alone, that's not the issue. If someone knows your name, they just fucking know your name. It's when they find your address that's a problem, right?
People that care enough will do that. The people that go to extreme lengths will go to the extremes measures in order to get there. They 100% will. And you know for a fact that the information that was given is enough. But then, let me get to the next point. I'm not digital helping. You get me on that point later. On the notepad. Okay? But then, okay? When you say doxing, right? Then it's very important. Some doxing can be unintentional, right? Such as you call me on my phone on stream, right? And you're like, hey, this is X, right? But you forget to add me as a contact, right? And it shows my phone number on screen, right? Now I'm doxed, right? Is it that big? Is it intentional? No. So you know what, dude? Maybe you're gonna get an automatic stuff on the wrist. Maybe you're not. Who gives a fuck, right? In my opinion, whenever she said, for anybody who wants to know, that's his name. That is the moment that her intent was now characterized as malicious and intentional. And it's from that point on that the punishments need to be severe and need to be not back down from, and as be black on white, bang, without backing down.
Yeah, like I said, you are personally giving your details, and some of those details that you're revealing are inappropriate because it's a one-to-one. Some of those details are not. It's no different than someone literally shit talking in the chat with their username that happens to be their full government name. If I fucking pulled them into the middle of the chat and go, fuck you, you know, Barbie McDonald, how dare you? By the way, thank you for the 5 to the subs, Barbie McDonald. If I pulled them into the chat and say, fuck you, then someone goes, oh shit, that's their fucking legal name.
Well, that's their
I'm gonna
problem.
go after Barbie McDonald.
If you want to conduct yourself on the internet as a dumb fuck, okay, and jeopardize your own safety by doing that, and consider yourself as a moron, okay, well, there are certain risks involved with that, right? And that's being called out or being known by name. That is kind of their problem. You probably shouldn't have your legal name on your ID if you do that, okay? But if they do, it's a little bit of their problem. It says username, not legal name, okay?
Yeah, their username happens to be their legal name. Plenty of people do that. That is willingly putting your username out on the internet, right? And conducting yourself in a specific way with your legal name that happens to be your username. It's the exact same as like willingly giving your legal name to a PayPal or to another platform. There are plenty of people who shit talk me and stalk my shit that don't do that, and I can't fucking catch them. You know what I mean? And I can't do something about it. But there are plenty of dumbasses who do. In that case, I think that when you are making a public donation, okay, with your username, that also is associated with your legal name, you understand the potential repercussions.
Okay, in my opinion, somebody donating or somebody having their real name in their shit that they know for a fact. Okay, people know what systems will make them go public, right? Username in the chat, username on Dono, without name, anyway, right? In my opinion, if you do dumb shit with your real name as your username or real name as a donating username, right? You are smoking a cigarette at the gas station, okay? If let's say it explodes in your face, you know for a fact it could have happened. If somebody's at the gas station and they are not smoking at the station, right? And things blow up in their face, right? Because you decided, okay, to light it up. That's on you, not on them.
Fuck. Oh, my chat can hear you still, but I can't hear you. I don't know what happened. Wait, speak again?
Okay.
Oh, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay, in my opinion,
the gas station thing, cigarette exploded?
Yeah. If you don't know your real shit, you're literally smoking a cigarette at the gas station. If things blow up, you know could have happened. It happened. You have nobody else to blame but yourself, right? Most of the time. But if you donate full anonymous as a full private, which is lame, but understandably so, right? You are not smoking. If things do explode because you, Hasan, decided to light the gas on fire, right? And say, oh my God, but he was at the gas station. Yeah, but he wasn't smoking. You made it like that. You went a step further that lit the fire. There would be no fire without Hasan in his interaction. You are the one who did it. You are in the wrong.
I'm a little confused by this analogy. I'm not gonna lie.
If somebody is gassing up their car,
I'm not smart enough to understand what's going on here.
If somebody
you're saying,
go ahead.
Okay, you're saying that like if you're at a gas station, if you light a cigarette willingly and it blows up, it's your fault. But if you're at a gas station and someone else blows up the gas station because they lit a cigarette, and it's their fault. Okay. Right?
No, I'm saying somebody's gassing their car up, right? And you, Hasan, you come up, and then you light up the fire, and it blew up in their face, and you said, oh yeah, but he was here, but he was at the gas station, bro. That would be the equivalent of saying, but he donated it, right? But
no.
Yeah,
I don't know a fair analogy.
Yes, because he donated it anonymously. He donated in private. He wasn't.
No, because the person, okay, let's get back to the basics here for a second. Do you think the person who wrote that donation, do you think that they were like operating in good faith, or do you think that they were abusing the opportunity that the platform had given them by sending a hate dono?
I genuinely think it is irrelevant, because whatever they're doing that is wrong, you can 100% mitigate or deal with whatever they're doing.
Instead, it's
private.
There are better ways of dealing with it. There are
streamer.
better ways of dealing with it, certainly.
Exactly.
But do you think that the action itself, because like we're talking about the action of the streamer, but we're rarely ever talking about the action of the donator in the circumstance. Like I personally think that there are certain instances where like a donator could do something so fucking egregious that like it is totally valid. Like if someone is sending me a death threat, for example, right? If someone is sending me a death threat, like and they put their dumbasses put their fucking actual full government name on there, I'm gonna fucking call them out by their full government name.
Okay.
Right? I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna be like, listen,
Okay,
you know.
but then you're.
And I don't think people, but it's not a death threat. I know it's not a death threat. But the reason why I'm mentioning it is because I'm using it to show that it's like the intention or the action itself matters.
Talking over.
Okay. It is my opinion that death threats are terrible and they should never happen. Should never do that to anybody. It's fucking terrible. Okay. Don't do death threats ever. But for whatever they do, if they do a threat, right, a consequences needs to happen or could happen. And you as Hasan, as an individual, you have the resources and the tools at your disposal to make sure that this consequence happens, right, to whatever they did, right? Consequence, punishment. By leading it to the public, by saying to the public, you are opening up a playing field of having unpredictable, if not disproportionate consequences to that person that could lead to way more than they did and has a high chance of doing so. Why would you do
a death threat is pretty bad, you know what I mean?
It is bad, it is bad.
Saying, like, I'm gonna kill you, you know what I mean?
Doesn't mean they should die.
No, I don't think that they should die either, but you know, it's just completely outside of the bounds of reason as to what might happen to that person, and like operating in that regard, like especially when you are using this fearful moment as a deterrent, I think it's valid. Like I'm using that fear as a deterrent in that circumstance. I'm using it as a way to make sure, like, listen, if you fucking do this shit, if you give me a death threat, like I know your information, I can use that.
Yeah, exactly. And since you have that, you can literally just forward that to your agent.
I love your chat, by the way. I love your chat saying I'm a fascist when the other motherfucker in the circumstance like trying to kill me. Like so that guy's not a fascist. I'm a fascist for fucking saying, hey, I know your name and you're trying to kill me. That's crazy.
Wait. I don't think he's trying yet. Okay. I understand the severity. I'm not fucking stupid. Okay. But listen. If you forward this or you do it to yourself to your agent or whatever, right? And he contacts your authorities and have all of his information, right? Whatever they did wrong, that is wrong, right? They will get the punishment that matches that according to the basis of the law of justice. But by opening up a playing field that's like gray area or nuanced, like, yo, guys, this guy, right? Legal name, bullshit. Somebody in the sea of viewers you have that might be absolutely cooked at the wazoo might actually tap them. And these are potentials that you don't want to explore because it's unpredictable and disproportionate, most possibly, to what they did. And it's a field you don't even want to approach. You don't even want to get there. And
I know, but that's precisely why, like, when I pull up chatters, like, I know we can find their information easily. As a matter of fact, we have in the past. There was, I don't even know if we should talk about this. There was a moment where a chatter was, you know, let's not talk about it. Never mind. Anyway, but everyone has the methods to even by username and like other commonly associated accounts figure out exactly where you are. What you're saying is like I shouldn't even pull anyone's names up anymore. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. No, put it
like I could just like pull someone's name up like this in the chat.
That's fine.
Like dangle dude. You know what I mean?
Because
you can use that and people can use that in a situation.
But that guy in chat, that guy is smoking at the gas station. If this guy interacts with a said way, right, where he puts his name in there or puts it at risk, he is actively smoking a cigarette at the gas station. Right?
Okay. So then you're basically saying that, like, you know, you're actively smoking a cigarette at the gas station if you willingly put your information into PayPal and then use PayPal as a platform to deliver a hate message, a hate dono to a streamer. And I agree with that.
No. Then that becomes more of a how do you call it? You know, it becomes more of a Mexican standoff of shit. Now it's you and them, because the barriers that we have, there's a big machine, right? There's like a big system underground, right? That's like the public and everything, but you're above, right? And they chose to use the measures that are necessary for them to be on their own against you on your own, right? Because everything's private, right?
You agree with the hate donut being a negative thing, though, right? Like, because I don't know if we've like, you know, I don't know if we've been able to establish that, because I do think that like giving someone money to shit on them is a negative thing, and especially when it's like happening so frequently, it can become like a major problem and ruin the stream. Yeah. Or thousands of other people that are watching, right?
The reality is though is that they enjoy the stream to one way or another, or getting some sort of help for their life enough to donate $5, right? And if you ban them, they are more of a negative, right? Than I think the negative that they've caused, unless it's like very far fetched or whatever. But still, you ban them, you mute it.
So there's a gray line between like what you consider to be appropriate as far as a dono and what Nadia considers appropriate as far as a dono, right? So now that we've established that, like everyone has their own personal boundaries of how they want to conduct their stream. Me, for example, I regularly like to pull people up in my chat and address their takes and hear back from them, hear feedback from them. I know when I do that, if someone's username is also their personal government name, if they're saying something super fucking insane, that is going to make them look bad, right? Other chatters are going to start DMing them, other chatters, and I yell at chatters all the time. I tell them not to do that, right? But yet, it's ultimately still not something that I can control. But because of the way I want to conduct my stream, because of the way I want to build my own community, and because I want to make sure that every single person has like the democratic opportunity to say whatever they want in my chat,
He's being obtuse. I don't witness.
I let that happen.
I don't
And they
understand.
know
He's
that
obtuse.
when they come into the stream and say something stupid, they might get pulled
Yes.
up. Ultimately,
Okay.
after a certain point, what happens to them if they get like doxxed or something is not in my hands. It's in the hands of the fucking weirdo vigilante person who decided to take matters in their own hands and behave like a fucking crazy schizo person. You know what I mean?
Okay. I'm gonna use one last analogy for this, okay? Okay, in my opinion, you have half a point, but you don't, because I think you're being obtuse about half of it. Let's fuck the gas station, okay? You're on the highway, okay? And some guy's driving his car, and his license plates, okay? It is license plates, okay? That's it. That's all he has. So technically, right? He could put anything he wants on there. Anything in the fucking world that he wants on there. X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. And with that...
On a license plate? Is that what you said?
Yeah, license plate. And let's say all the cars see him. He does some dumb shit, right? There's no police in this world, let's say. You cannot find his legal name or his address with license plate. You just can't do it, right? You're comparing this guy to some dumb fuck, right? Who changed his plate willingly to the government to have his plate named Rogers Jar Jar Binks. His full name, right? Like a dumb fuck. And then he cuts you off, hit and run, and you're like, hey, yo, wait, that's Jar Jar Binks. And you write it down, right? Well, that's his problem. He chose to smoke at the gas station. He willingly put some leverage against himself.
He wanted anonymity, and he lost it the moment that he didn't realize that anonymity doesn't extend to PayPal. And I'm saying
no.
In all of your analogies, what you need to remember, is that whether it's someone throwing a fucking, a bottle at a comedian in a comedy store, or whether it's someone doing a hit and run, every single one of these instances are quite literally instances where someone is doing something illegal. And when you do something illegal like that, or when you do something that is completely outside of the bounds of reason and the rules in that circumstance, you, in that situation, might be hit back with something that you did not expect. And it's more of like a fuck around and find out type situation.
Yeah,
Do you see what I'm saying?
That's bad, though. Dude, somebody cuts you off.
I agree. Vigilante justice is not good.
Well, not only that, but you know it will happen. So you got cut off in the middle of the street, and it's fully crowded street, full of cars, right? And here's the sound. You get hit and run, and they get braced in front of your car, right? Nobody's in Germany. The girls start to drive away, right? And then you go. Yeah, you get out your window and say, yo, guys, I'm Hasan, I'm famous. That guy just fucked me up. Damn, that guy just fucked me, right? You know for a fact that there might be a guy who rams him in
if someone fucked me up, but like if someone fucked you up, you would want them to like get caught, right?
And
like,
I take license plate and I report him privately. I don't say, yo, guys, that guy fucked me up, guys. I wonder what would happen if they know that his name was Barbie McDonald. Then they'll fuck him up. You know they will. There's a reason they will.
I legitimately think that, by the way, the irony here is that we don't even know if this is the fucking person's real name, which is besides the point. We are just acting like it is, and that's fine for the sake of this argument, for the sake of this conversation. But like I said, I think it is more about, because I don't think that having someone's name out there is the same as like having their address or any sort of like identifying like one-to-one signifiers out there. Speaking that, unless they have like a very unique name, which I don't know, a Barbie McDonald is pretty unique, right? But there's still like fucking apparently 50 Barbie McDonalds that live in California alone.
Yeah, I agree. But do you think the streamers are smart enough to think about these dynamics or not? Or in my opinion, no. And if Twitch does a 5-hour ban,
you're right. It should not be left up to the streamer, which is why I think it's left up to the platform. And the platform has banned people in the past for like revealing someone's address. The platform has banned people. I think Ninja got revealed for doxing someone's like address or something. I don't know the entire thing. I think Ares was banned because someone donated the N-word to him, and then he leaked, I believe, their email address, which is valid, I think. And, no matter what happens, like, obviously, if you leak their private information that's like a one-to-one that you can point to, then, yeah, the platform certainly, yeah, Ninja apparently leaked someone's address in 2016. That's what they're saying in my chat. I don't know if that's true or not, but got 48 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Look, he received a 48-hour suspension for releasing the person's address who donated under a racist name in 2016. That's a 48-hour suspension. I think you and I both agree that that's perma-worthy, right?
What do you mean?
If you release someone's personal address.
Twitch is terms of service and Twitch's safety and whatever changed a lot in the last.
Yeah, no, I know.
But this should have been a month. Yes, this should have been an instant month. Yes.
Yeah, and you and I are in agreement on that. And I think the platform, basically, the platform is stating that like, you get fucking clapped, you get a fucking perma, or you get a month for doing this, but you're only gonna get a day for just saying their name. That's what the platform is saying, basically. It's not up to you to decide what is private information. Are you telling me that, or are you telling Felix that?
Okay. The thing is, it's important to always mix in the severity of the docs and the severity of the intent. Okay, and okay, whether it's 1 month or perma, it really, in my opinion, perma, okay, is when there's probably or a good chance of a call to action with potential, if not predictable, results. Right? Still should be a month, if not more, 2 months. Right? To somebody who does a hardcore docs with a little bit more nuanced intent. Intent is so important. And we're saying, guys, for those who want it, who? Yes, tell me who wants it. Go ahead, tell me who wants it. When Nadia says, for anybody who wants it, here's the name. Tell me exactly who wants it. Well, let's go with that.
Wait, if you think that like a home address is worthy of a month-long ban, you also think that like a person's name is nowhere near as bad as that, right? Like we established that.
No,
right?
no.
Or are you saying that Twitch's DOS was like?
For me, it's the same thing. For me, it's the same thing.
Same
Don't do any
thing.
predictions.
You think releasing someone's home address is the same as releasing someone's name?
The people that care enough will go to the lengths with their real name to
that's
get
true.
there regardless.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, you and I definitely don't agree with that. I don't think you agree with that either. That's crazy. No, I think that there's definitely a difference
Okay.
between releasing someone's home address and
It's
releasing
coming to
someone's
this
name.
now.
100%.
It's nuanced, but in the severity of outcome, somebody who's gonna do something really bad anyway will get there regardless.
I agree, but that
But
is
name
like, but you're then describing basically. You're basically describing something that like happens on the internet. Like with the moment that you go on a website, you're basically saying that like your information could be used against you,
I guess
and it's
you
like it's
don't
something that
want to
people
take
understand.
responsibility.
You know what I mean? It's something that people totally understand and operate under that principle. By your username alone, people could find out what your real name is. You know what I mean? Like very easily, because some people use their usernames on multiple accounts. They use it on Twitter, and then they accidentally fucking leak their name on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean. It's like completely outside of your control. Like, and we don't even know what Nadia's intent is, regardless. Even though I do
Okay,
think that her
okay.
intent wasn't to like
Okay.
get someone
Then-
to murder this person. Her
Depending
intent
on
was to
the
say,
Okay.
don't do this again.
Fair enough. I'm gonna do what we do in philosophy, right? You establish certain concepts flat out, and then you get there to a conclusion, right? Okay, let's say, ready? Watch this. Okay, Nadia says, for those who want it. When she says those,
Yeah, that's
okay,
bad.
who want it? Who are these people? What?
What? Repeat that.
When Nadia says, for those who want it, talking about for those who want the address, who are those people? Let's establish that.
Wait, what? She said for those who want it? Is
Yes,
that what
yes,
she
she
said?
said that. Yes, she said that.
What do you mean? Like
Nadia said,
hold on, I
for
gotta watch
those
the
who
video
want
again.
it,
He's acting
here's
funny.
his name.
Yeah, no, she's like scaring the person.
No.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Like I said, we're doing
Yeah, no,
philosophy.
no.
Who
I-
are
I'm-
those people?
Yeah, she's saying like for those of you in the chat who want this person's for every person that donates in the fucking chat that does this kind of
No.
shit. Here is my example. I'm making an example out of this person.
Okay.
I'm making them fearful. Okay,
Shut
I'm
up.
making them fearful that
It's not
your
shaking.
information might be compromised.
Okay.
I do agree. I think that's the point. It's literally the exact same as me saying, I know your name. I have your information. I have your ad. I have your school address. I can use it against you.
Okay. So I think, listen. So I don't know if I'm talking to Sir Biden, Donald Trump. I don't know if I'm talking to the
No,
fucking
I don't think
to the
she's
president,
saying for those of you
Putin
who
or
want
some
it, like,
shit.
because I don't think that you can fucking find.
Bro.
First of all, I don't even know what the actual
Bro.
video is, but no, that statement does make it riskier. However, like I said, because I don't
But-
personally think that like a name is easy enough to identify someone. Okay, I think that is like a lighter threat. Do you understand? Like it's a lighter threat in the same vein as like me basically saying, I have your information. I could use it however I want, and that's the reason you're saying that, because you're saying you want to create a deterrence. You know what I mean? You want to create a deterrence mechanism so that other people also understand that their names are attached to what they're doing, and
And-
people could use that against them. You get it?
Yes. Okay. Listen. Okay. So, yes, I understand what you just said. The problem that I have is that you just approach this simple question like a politician giving a speech and ask a tough question. It's like you're skating around the hole, right? Like an ice skater. You're doing everything in the world except for answering the question. So I think the question is very important here. Okay.
No, I think her intent is no. She has intent. I'm saying that she has the intent of scaring that person. Her intent in that moment is to say, look, there is a deterrent for others who want to behave this way as well.
Still
She's trying to scare the
doesn't
person. I agree.
I
No,
don't
I'm
think I agree.
admitting
I
that.
don't think I agree with that. I think she's not only establishing a threat, right?
Yes,
she's
she's
also
threatening to dox
creating
that
a
person.
route that is literally a call to action for the people that want to interact with that person.
Yeah, no, she
negatively
is
probably.
threatening. She is threatening to dox that person. And when you get doxed, you have other people who literally can do horrible things to you. That's why it's a terrifying prospect. Okay? I understand all of that. My point is that because a name alone is not the same as a dox, it would be like an unmasking at the most. But I do want to see can you send me the video, by the way? Because I might not have the full context in this situation, because I did not hear her say.
Yeah. So basically, the threat isn't the dox, in my opinion. The dox already happened. The threat is that lead and possibly could lead to a direct action. What you want to breach, never breach the wall. You want to never breach the wall ever. That things could happen, because in reality, they probably will happen. And it's not something you want to explore as a creator ever. For the viewers in your chat, because it breaches their safety.
I'm gonna watch this real quick. I wanna watch this again. Hold on. Is this video? She doesn't say the full name in this video, right? Because I don't want to.
No. She beeps.
This video beeps.
Yeah. Beeps.
This video beeps.
cheats, but what you don't know is that when you send me money on PayPal, it actually gives me your full name. So thank you for the $1 dono. For whatever reason, you find actual time to do something in your fucking life, because now you look like a fucking idiot. Again,
God damn, these people are so fucking annoying. God damn. Wait, what is she saying? If anyone wants to know, and then space, if anyone wants to. Wait, what is she saying? If anyone wants to know, and then space, if anyone wants.
space if anyone wants
She's
to know.
spelling it out literally.
Yeah.
She's spelling it out literally.
It's not good.
She said the address, although it's censored everywhere now. No, I don't think she did. She said the address. If she sent the address, if she actually said her full fucking address, full email address, it's a justifiable address.
Ah, that voice.
No, she said the address or something.
And by the way, her intent is malicious. Like, I don't have an issue with that. I have said that already. Like,
Yeah.
I agree with you, and I have done similar things in the past as well. She said the email address from the PayPal, not the physical address. Oh yeah, then I think if she said the email address from the PayPal, and I've said this from the start, I haven't had access to the actual full-blown fucking video because everything I've seen is beeped. But I've said this literally from the start. If she has the full email address that she gives out, yes, she deserves a ban for sure. I said that already though.
Okay. Yeah. So like I said, listen, I'm not here to make you feel bad.
If she gave an identifiable piece of information beyond the name or a name and something else that allows people to track this person down, especially if it's a one-to-one, especially if people who use your email to directly harm you, to directly fucking harass you, then it turns into, and that is not a backpedal for xQc chat. If you look back at the clip that I literally talked about in the morning before I even had all the information, then yes, that is a totally valid ban.
Yes, and
I even said that in the beginning of the conversation with xQc.
Even entry-level bad people on the internet will literally cross-reference to leaked databases of hacked websites where they're leaked backdoors, and they're gonna get everything out of them with the emails. They will smoke their ass to a crisp. Okay, that will happen. Okay, that happens. Okay, and basically what I was saying, okay, is that you cannot. Even people in the said, "Oh, did malicious good?" Yet the malice or the wrong the person did, okay, is tiny in proportions to what could possibly happen. In reality, might and possibly could.
So, but you recognize that like that's on the user as well, right? Like that's certainly a responsibility on the streamer too. But you also recognize that it's on the user as well whenever they are on the internet. Like I think that's the problem. Is like what is the percentage of the issue?
The correct parties, like the authorities and the law, should deal with it like they are paid to, not the bums in chat. Okay, not the bums in chat ready with their pitchforks out to defend their streamer. Because you don't know the lengths of these we're gonna go to. They will smoke them to a crisp. People are gonna have the niceness of knocking the door. Hello, this is the police. They might smoke them up, and it's not something you want to explore, man.
No, I don't disagree with you. That's why I agree when I say doxing is like one of the worst things that you can do, which is why you and I are in agreement on like other forms of doxing when it's like full-blown fucking identifiable information beyond someone's simple name. You know what I mean? Like beyond someone's name. If you give him 2 things, then it's like literally fucking full-blown doxing. If you give him 3 things, it's full-blown doxing. If you give him the address, it's just a complete worst fucking moment of doxing. So that is truly the completely last moment, the most unacceptable thing you can do. You and I are in agreement on this. What we are having a disagreement over is like whether or not you can find someone's address over their name. Yes, you can. But you can find someone's address over their username as well in the exact same way. And that's precisely what I'm saying is that if you don't protect yourself when you're on the internet, then conduct yourself in a manner that, you know, doesn't open you up to the negative interactions with a fucking streamer or someone else. And I think that your analogy with the bottle at the comedy club is perfect. Like you fucking throw a bottle at a comedian in the middle of a show, you're gonna get your fucking ass beat.
Yeah. I agree. The repercussions should come from you and the correct parties, not from chat. Ever.
I know, but you understand like people will fucking pile on in that circumstance. So I do agree with your analogy. I'm using your, I'm using your analogy for that reason because you know you are entering a public space. You are deciding to conduct yourself in a certain way that could open you up to circumstances.
I think we're obtusing now. Right, I'm not going to exit this.
Unaware.
Go next argument or next thing.
You know?
Yeah. Okay.
And it's the same, and it's even the same as like literally just the person's like anonymous username, because you can fucking use just the username when someone is donating with just their username, even if it doesn't have their actual personal detail, it is still very easy for that anonymity to be fucking ripped away from them. So and that's true. I can very easily find most chatters' personal, private information by just looking at their username alone, because most people do not conduct themselves with the appropriate cybersecurity protocols on the internet. They don't.
Okay.
I mean, you and I are fucked anyway. We don't even have that opportunity. We have our name out there, everything, and our face out there. So what a lot of people are upset about is that the anonymity that they take for granted when they conduct themselves on the internet was ripped away from them, right?
Yes.
They don't like that. Nobody likes that. But it's like, well, you know,
if somebody went
use this as an opportunity to use this as a learning moment.
Let's just go next.
Know that your shit's not private.
But I think genuinely, if the person went through the correct hoops to at least have some sort of anonymity, they should retain the anonymity, right? That is protected by terms of service and the website's channels for anonymity, like a username. That's it.
Yeah, but a username doesn't guarantee anonymity either. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? If like that's the reason why I kept mentioning like I can pull up a chatter's username right now on this stream. And I know for a fact that, and I know your chat could do this as well. There's plenty of people in your chat. There's plenty of people in every chat that could just straight up find that person's private information just as easily. But we have varying degrees of punishments for that sort of behavior, right? Because I don't think either of us would turn around and say, you know,
if I went through the whole thing, I'm not doing that.
Neither of us would turn around and say like that's unacceptable. You can't pull people's usernames up anymore when you're banning them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can pull people's usernames up when you're banning them, right? And you look at their chat and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. I think
from that
the
you can find
nuance.
and from that you can easily find people's like private information in a similar
Yeah.
capacity to their name.
We can end this current topic on the disagreements through the nuance and the variety in degrees of anonymity, okay, on certain channels. Boom, done. That's it. That's all we don't agree on. Fair enough. Whatever.
Yeah, I think that like I do think that like some punishment is apt though for putting the name out there. It's just not like the same as what everyone is like championing. You know, get him clapped up for a month or anything like that. That's it. Like it is. There's a reason why I haven't used names when talking about people in the past because I know that false auto. I could get falsely tagged there and get banned. You know what I mean? So I conduct myself in that regard because I know Twitch can be inconsistent with the way that they offer ban hammers.
Yeah. Anyway, I think whatever ban they would have chosen for her should have 100% stuck the whole way through. It's not a topic you want to ever back down from. It makes it look weak and makes it look like it's not a real issue. Okay, some of these things like call to actions, like violence, like people being harmed, people possibly being harmed, and docs, things like that, should always be whatever ban they choose. Whether it's 2 days, 1 week, it's full length all the way. Send a message, not a slap on the wrist.
I think people should also recognize that one, the way they conduct themselves in people's chats and the way that they especially conduct themselves through PayPal or through Streamlabs might actually open them up to additional amounts of scrutiny. So they shouldn't be fucking trolling so hard and making this space more toxic.
She said.
You know?
Yeah, they should do that.
That's it.
But the internet has shown over and over and over again that they will. And unfortunately, they are protected through anonymity. And terms of service prevents them from being breached.
Well, that's why I don't think
Twitch
Twitch ever leaks personal usernames and associates them with their actual full-blown name because PayPal is doing that. And these people can actually override it. You know what I mean? They can override it. They can put like fake names on there, which plenty of people do. But it's fucking, except that one time they leaked everyone's income. Yeah, true. But
I guess that's the ending. I guess you will never understand. I think I usually lost in 10 meters.